It's been nearly 30 years since you've started Apple.
Yeah, I'm an old man in this industry.
Did you ever want to give up?
Hmm?
Did you ever think of giving up?
Oh, there were moments where it was pretty tough. There have been moments, but no, I don't think so. I don't think so. The first year or two was the hardest. The most important thing, though, I think, is that if you're going to start something new, you have to feel passionate about it, because it's really hard. It's so hard to start a company. You have to work so hard that if you're not passionate about it, you'll give up. And most of the difference between people that succeed and people that don't is the people that don't give up.
I see.
They give up sooner than the people that succeed. And you have to be passionate about it because it's so difficult.
You've been called a visionary, and
Uh-oh.
how do you believe will be the role of the personal computer? What do you think will be the role the personal computer should play?
The personal computer is entering its third great age.
Third grade age?
Third grade age. The first great age started around 1980, and that was the age of productivity with the spreadsheets and word processors and things like that. And that primarily benefited businesses. About 6 or 7 years ago, we began the second great age, which was the age of the internet. And all of a sudden, not only businesses were benefiting, but regular people, consumers. We could buy these for our homes, and our children could get on the internet, we could get on the internet, and it was tremendous. But now that's maturing a little bit. And we're beginning the third great age, which is the age of digital lifestyle, which is being triggered by all these wonderful digital devices, most of which are coming from Japan. So we have digital camcorders, we have digital cameras, we have DVD players, we have handheld computers, we have cell phones, and all of these things, actually, the personal computer can make them even better.
You first created the personal computer and there was no personal computer in 1975. It's very hard to believe.
Well, that's why we made one. Yeah. We made one because we wanted one, and there wasn't one, so we had to make one.
Did you know that when you made the personal computer, though, that this would become a major industry? I mean, did you know like this?
No. It took about a year before we started to sense it. I had a partner named Steve Wozniak, who's a brilliant guy, and he did most of the engineering on the original Apple I and the Apple II. And after about a year, we showed it to we just made it for ourselves, and we showed it to our friends, and they all wanted one. And so we were busy making these computers by hand for our friends, and it was taking all of our life. All of our spare time. And so we decided we better manufacture 100 of these to get, so that we can not have to spend the rest of our lives making them for our friends. And that's how we got into this. We didn't think about starting a company. We were just doing it for ourselves, and then our friends, and then the circle got bigger and bigger and bigger. Now there's 25 million people.
So you were having fun?
Oh, yeah. We've always had fun doing this.
So many young people are aspiring to become, startup venture companies and emulate something like Apple for themselves.
And sometimes people come to me and say, I want to start a company. And I say, why? They say, oh, I want to make lots of money. I say, forget it. That's not a good enough reason. You will not, most likely you will not succeed. Most people that have started companies because they want to make lots of money, I haven't seen very many of those succeed. The ones that succeed are people that come, sometimes they don't even want to start a company, they just have an idea that they want to get out, express out into the world. And oftentimes they have to start a company because nobody else will listen to them.
Think different is easy to say. I mean, it's just 2 words. It's easy to say, but much harder to do. But it's a company of 10,000 people. How do you permeate the message throughout all the employees? What do you say to them?
Well, you permeate it by example, ultimately. And in other words, when something's not quite good enough, do you stop and make it better, or do you just ship it? And everybody watches to see how the senior management makes those decisions. And what we've tried to do is stop and make it great before we ship it. When we have problems, stop and fix them. And by example, you can say anything you want, but everybody watches very carefully when you're in a difficult situation, what decisions you make, what values you have.
I mean, there are so many Japanese companies who are now trying to rejuvenate themselves, trying to instill a sense of sort of a venture spirit in their companies. And they would like to know how you do it. And, you know, it's probably it's probably not easy to do.
Yeah, you know, we try to hire really smart people, but we have a very simple organization, and we try to focus and do very few things well. And focusing's hard because focusing doesn't mean saying yes, it means saying no. So we decide not to do a lot of things so we can focus on a few handfuls of things and do them well. And I think, you know, everybody working at a company wants to do something great. They want to be excited about what they're working on, and they want to be recognized for it if they do a really great job. So we just try to allow people to do the best work of their lives at Apple and get it out to 25 million customers that we have. And that's very exciting. And when you're working on something, and you know, if this works out, up to 25 million people are going to use this. It's very motivating. You know? And it's not just 25 million of our customers, but other companies tend to follow us. You know, it takes them a few years, but other companies tend to copy what we do if it works.
Right.
And so we can influence the whole industry.
I mean, you said that you become an old man in the industry after 30 years. But do you see how do you see yourself 10 years from now?
You know, my headlights are not that good. I don't know. I don't really think about it. You know, I think about a year, 2, 3 down the road. We have some projects at Apple that are sort of maybe 4 years down the road, 5 years, probably like 3 or 4 at the most, because things change too much. You can be going down a path, you say, well, in 5 years I want to be here, but then something new happens, and you just say, forget that, I want to be over there. So most of this 5-year planning that I've seen in my life, some of it's essential, but most of it changes too quickly. So we tend to look 3, 4 years. It's about as far ahead as we can see.
So your quest for fun continues.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you.